How's it going, everybody? Loren Daniels here with Action Coach. I'm here at day 5 of our 5-day training. We have 2 new coaches graduating today. Now, one neat thing about the 5-day training is it actually takes place here at ActionCOACH Global Headquarters. So it's right here at home base. So let's head on inside and meet our 2 new coaches. All right, so here we are in the ActionCOACH Global Headquarters boardroom. I am here with Stella Fox. Stella, it is a pleasure to meet you. Again, actually, no.
Again,
no,
we're friends.
we already know each other. What am I talking about? So, so moving on related to that. You're kind of a unique case, and you've already been involved with ActionCOACH for quite some time. So tell us a little bit about that.
I've been a part of ActionCOACH for 3 years, and actually, I love ActionCOACH. So I did not know about ActionCOACH before I came into the ActionCOACH community.
Oh, okay.
And so it was a complete surprise to me. As a matter of fact, Ted Schmidt's my coach and who I currently work with. And at the time that I came into the picture, I was like, I'm not going to work another job I hate. I'm here to love on people, and if you don't do that, I'm going to walk out of here. And we kind of asked for a 90-day, like, no harm, no foul. Like, if it doesn't fit, we're out, right? Because I didn't want to do it anymore. And anyway, so at the end of 90 days, he comes over and he sits on the edge of my desk, and he goes, how am I doing over here? If this is the way that you do business, I'll be here for the next 30 years. So, and that's kind of how it started the journey. And then last year, I decided that I wanted to be a coach, and it's been a whole year to get here and get all the ducks lined up in a row. But it's here, and it's super exciting. Yeah.
I know, right? So, what was it that influenced your decision to actually become an Action Coach as opposed to working for an Action Coach?
Well, my background, so I graduated from Eastern Washington University. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, one in finance with a minor in economics and the other in marketing. But I wanted to help people. And so I started at the Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce. I was part of their team for a while. And then I just fell in love with business owners and the business community. And I knew that I wanted to be involved in that regard. And as we got further down the road, the people would come out of Ted's office, and you'd see them walk in there all just defeated and beat up, and then they'd come out 10 feet tall and bulletproof, and you're like, what are you doing in there, you know? And my personality, I was like, I've got to be a part of that. I've got to be a part of that. And so that's kind of how it went.
Excellent, excellent. So during the training, because I want to talk about challenges a little bit, what was your biggest challenge during the training?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what they don't tell you is it's intense. It's emotionally intense, and there's so much to go through. And I've got, I'm 3 years with ActionCOACH, so none of this is terribly new to me. I mean, the coach side of it is, but just how much work you're going to do. And I just came off of BEF, which is our conference, and so I've been gone for 2 weeks, and oh my gosh, there's still more, and it keeps coming, and it doesn't stop, and oh my goodness. And that's the beautiful part about ActionCOACH is how ambitious it is and how much wealth of knowledge there is. They're just dying to pour into you. And that's a beautiful thing, but also the other part to it, you're human, right? So you just can't. You got to dig deep. You got to dig deep. And so that's kind of been the challenge for me at this point in time is the fact that even though it's 5-day training, it's kind of felt like 10-day training for me. So.
So as far as your challenge, what steps was there anything that helped you overcome that challenge?
Very much so. Well, it's self-care. Love it. Got to make priorities. Got to set the pace. It's got to be sustainable. You're making sure that you're taking the breaks, making sure that you're dialing back in and focusing. As soon as you start to notice that you're drifting, or going sideways, you got to bring it back in. So really just kind of self-policing to making sure that's being taken care of. And my classmate Tanya, she makes me laugh. So that helps. And Ken's fantastic in the capacity that the energy in the room's really great. So even when you're low on energy, they're kind of picking you up and kind of, come on, friend, let's go. And so that's kind of how that goes.
Excellent, excellent. So BFOs, what was your biggest BFO during training?
Oh my goodness, it's not what you say, but how you say it. I'm a direct personality. I'm kind of in your face and kind of there, and so really kind of learning that we're here to coach. We are not here to consult. And so really kind of getting into the fact that we don't supply why and how. We ask the questions that get you to supply the why and how.
Right.
Because ultimately that's how you're going to learn what you need to learn as a business owner in a way that matters. And I kind of thought before this, that we just told them what to do because I thought that would be my bag, right? But at the end of the day, I'm even more excited about the fact that it truly is leading these people to think the new thoughts and to have the new identity and to kind of grow into the person they may or may not have lost sight of along the way. So that's kind of been the BFOs along the way.
Excellent. Yeah, that's one thing I always liked about ActionCOACH was you don't force them through the door. You show them the door, and it's up to them to walk through it. But before that, you have to make sure you're showing them the right door.
So. Well, and that's the important part.
Right.
For me, the entire theme of the last 6 months of my life has been identity. And I see why that's so important. Even me stepping into this new function, it's leading these people into these new identities, leading them into being business owners, not just small business owners or or solo entrepreneurs, leading them into being bigger and doing more and wanting more, and showing them how to get there, and showing them that there is a path in place, there is a system in place. We're known for systems. We'll get you there, and it doesn't have to be the way that it's always been. And so identity being the real big key. Yeah, Action Coach is incredible for that.
Definitely. So, last question. Now that you're about to be an Action Coach, why are you proud to be an Action Coach?
I am proud to be an Action Coach. You look at my Facebook page and it's all about it. I rave about it. But never in any other company that I've ever worked in did you have a culture, a family, a group of people that were dying to help others. Brad had the vision of having world abundance through business re-education. And, that sounds great, but what does that mean for real people, right? Yeah. Ultimately, being the support system, being the biggest cheerleader, and then being surrounded by those people. There are no orphans here. And when you come from different companies and backgrounds and countries, 64 countries, you're not always going to get that right. And all of these people come from all of these different walks of life. And if you don't know what business coaching is, you kind of get the impression, whether you like it or not, we're working to change that it's kind of stiff and formal and we're judgmental, right? You're doing it wrong.
Right.
Absolutely not. In the time that I've been with Action Coach, what just makes me fall in love with Action Coach all the time is the people. It's the fact that I see you and you're my friend, and we don't even live in the same city. We don't even live in the same state, right?
Yeah.
But every single time I see you, you're a brother to me, and seeing you and getting to reconnect with you and getting to share time with you. And I think that there are so many beautiful personalities that feel the same exact way. And
Absolutely.
You just can't find that anywhere else.
Right.
I dare you to find somewhere else.
That culture.
Maybe I'll go work for them. I probably won't because I love Action Coach. But it's a company. It's soulless. There's no personality in a company. The people make the company.
Right.
And I love it. Heart, body, and soul.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have you on as a coach now. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We're about to give her Stella her certificate and everything and make it official. So everybody, join me in welcoming Stella Fox, certified business coach. And actually, there was one thing I wanted to ask you about again. You mentioned BEF. I wanted to talk a little bit about BEF because a lot of the folks out there aren't familiar with the event. So. For those of you who aren't familiar, BEF, it's Business Excellence Forum. It's an event that's put on every year by Action Coach in various parts of the world. It's coaches and clients are invited to, it's a day of learning followed by a night of celebration. So in the evening, there's awards presented and stuff like that. It's all great stuff. But I just wanted to ask you about your experience and how attending BEF has benefited you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have to go back last year. Ted Schmidt's my coach, like I mentioned. Thank the world of him, and so grateful for him. He brought me to BEF last year, and it changed my life. With no exaggeration, it changed my life because Sally Hogshead talked about becoming the you-iest you could possibly become to be your most fascinating. And I'd spent all the 6 months beforehand doing it wrong, just doing a whole lot of things wrong, thinking that was going to get me where I needed to go. And so I came back from that, and I was just a different person. I just become a different person just from that one conference. And conferences, you're not always going to get, every conference is going to hit you differently, right. And sometimes you're going to get something out of it, and sometimes you're not. And this last conference, the BEF that was last week, the first 2 days I had a head cold. I had just been rear-ended in a car wreck 2 days beforehand, and so emotionally and mentally, I probably wasn't completely there for those 2 days, and so I actually came away feeling kind of bummed out. But here's the thing, the third day was a coaches conference day, and that was closed to the public, and changed my life because what did we want? We wanted to serve others, and we were talking about mental health, and we were talking about emotional health and spiritual health, and in again, I hate to plug for Action Coach, but I love Action Coach in the capacity that you go to these events and you may not have in your mind, you may not have the right thing. You may be looking for something different. But if you allow yourself to be open to it, it'll hit you in a different way that you weren't expecting, and you'll grow in a different way, and it'll change your life if you let it. So go to conference. Everybody should go to conference. Absolutely.
Yep, definitely. This most recent one was my second one. So yeah, it's a great event. So.
Well, and then we had our client, Origin Engineering, Origin Forensics, excuse me. That's their new.
Oh, yes. They won an award.
It was our first award. I know Ted Schmidt
Excellent.
got to get up there and give a speech. He'd been a coach for 6 years, and so it was his first award that his client got. It was Most Innovative Company. And Jared last year, here's the testimonial. Here's the real testimonial. Jared went to BEF last year with us, and he didn't bring his team, so it was just him. And so he's there, and we're talking, and he signs it up, and he says, I'm bringing my whole entire team next year. And he was upset because he was a finalist last year and didn't take home a single award. He comes home mad, and he goes, this year, we're taking it home. And so he was he was a finalist in 4 categories, and again, we're coming through. Oh my gosh, is it going to be like last year? Is it going to happen? And then he takes it home. And he was like, this is why you go. This is why I do what I do, because it allowed him to stretch higher and reach for more because he had a goal. And he knew how valuable it was. So go to conference for sure.
There you have it right there, folks. Well, hopefully next year or in the years following, you'll have a client.
It'll be my client.
Winning an award up there on stage and
Super
everything.
excited.
So again, everybody, just join me in welcoming Stella Fox.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, I am here with about to be an action coach, Tanya. Nice to meet you, Tanya. I just wanted to ask you a few questions, get to know you a little bit before we make it official and make you an action coach.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about life before Action Coach.
Wow. Life before Action Coach. I'm a 21-year recovering banker. But I've had a successful career in banking. My last assignment, I was a branch manager and vice president of a wealth management firm in Jamaica. But the time came on for me to move from what I call success to significance. And so I started my journey in coaching. So that's just a little bit, of who I was before Action Coach. Yeah.
Okay, so what was it about Action Coach that drew you to the opportunity as opposed to other business opportunities out there?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'm going to say that Action Coach kind of found me. I started my journey in coaching, but I wasn't very clear on the direction I wanted to go. And then I became introduced to Action Coach by Marcia Winshaw in Jamaica. And I just absolutely fell in love with the vision. And I thought, this is just amazing. And it just clicked. I just knew right then and there that this was it. Signs were there that, I could do something bigger and better. So when I read the vision and I started to look at the mission, I'm like, oh my goodness, it just absolutely clicked for me. Yeah.
Excellent. So let's talk about the actual training for a second. What was your biggest challenge during the training, and what steps did you take that helped you to overcome that challenge?
I don't know if I want to use the word challenge, but the last 5 days have really been an incredible journey for me. 21-year career banker. I have had to do a lot of unlearning and relearning.
Right.
Every day it's isn't that interesting?
Right. Yeah.
Kind of a thing, But Ken has been absolutely amazing in helping us through and really guiding the journey. So for me, it's about trusting the process. I came in knowing it was going to be intense because I was doing some of the pre-training material, didn't get through all of it, so I didn't know what to expect. But it's about trusting the process and going back to why am I here? And I think one of the things that kept me going through the training was just understanding that who it is that I need to become, who I need to be to go back to my clients to effect this transformation that we're looking for. So if I'm going to tell them to read books, I got to be reading my books,
right.
So, it became very simple to, put my study plan in place, to start my default diary, just to get those things in place so I could stay on top of it. But I think the main thing for me was just keeping that vision in front of me of who I wanted to be, what I was doing, what I wanted to do, who I wanted to become in the process. And that made it a lot easier for me.
Excellent. So now BFOs. Did you have any really big prominent BFOs during training?
Oh my goodness.
Everybody has one. Everybody has
my
one.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My BFO was a really real BFO, blind and flash of the obvious here. So I don't even know if I should talk about it, but anyway. So we had the pleasure of Brad popping into our training. Oh, how lucky was that? How cool was that? And he was talking and he said, "Well, you guys are business coaches, not small business coaches." And I was like, "Oh my God." That just totally shifted me. It just totally moved me, just totally shifted me, and well, talk about a BFO. Because in that moment, I realized this wasn't about a certification. It was something bigger. And even though I was attracted to Action Coach because of the vision, in that very moment, the vision clicked. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a business coach. I'm not a small business coach, So I don't know. It just shifted me. Everything just started to open up after that. The training material got easier after that. It just really opened up for me.
And it was all just from removing one small word. You just removed the word small. It just changed everything.
He just removed one word.
Wow.
One word.
It's amazing how just the littlest change just completely change your mindset like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time the mindset changes are the most important ones to make, because you can go into something looking at it a certain way, but without realizing that there's a better way to look at it or a more effective way to look at it. So.
Absolutely. And you said it. He removed one little word, the word small. And it's one of the concepts that we've been learning, the small changes that makes the massive that gives the massive results.
Right.
So it all just tied in, and talk about a BFO, boy.
Excellent. Excellent. So last question. Sure. Now that you're about to be an Action Coach officially, why are you proud to be an Action Coach?
Oh my gosh. One word. Transformation. Abundance. Businesses create abundance. Coaching helps the businesses to do that. Action Coach, certainly in Jamaica, is making such a phenomenal impact in the country. I see these businesses being transformed. I see Lizanne from Jamaica coming all the way to BEF and being named CEO of the year, and I'm like, oh my God, that's from Jamaica, and people are taking notice. And so Action Coach is making a huge impact in the world, and I am incredibly proud to be a part of that. Just to think about not changing, I'm talking about transformation, and to think that I'm a part of a team that is doing that, I am incredibly proud and grateful, because Ken could always say, oh no, she's not going to make it. So, I'm incredibly proud and grateful to be a part of this team. And being here at Global Head Office, meeting you guys, and Walter taking such good care of us. Oh my gosh, it's just a phenomenal feeling to be with this team. It feels like home. It feels like home.
Yep.
And so I'm really, really proud and grateful to be a part of this team.
Excellent. Yeah, Coach Marcia and the whole team over there in Jamaica, they're doing amazing things. So I can feel your energy radiating off of you. So I can tell you're going to fit in really well, and you're going to you're going to help them just continue, achieving the Action Coach vision and goal and stuff like that. So
absolutely, I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. So everybody out there, please join me in welcoming Coach Tanya. Tanya, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
It was excellent.
Yeah. And then, we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye.